Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly, cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. Oh, if you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now, now. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong. This is not forever. Folks changing like the weather. Cold, wet, and all around. Toxic people being severed, like leaves falling in September. Cold, wet, and on the ground. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again, oh yeah, my roots are strong. My roots are strong.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It is your boy, Blue Games, back for another Infinite Flight live stream, daily live stream, by the way. It's Blue Games, aka Blue 116. Welcome back. This is gonna be day 3 of our most dangerous airport tour, and there's Rotate right there, taking off out of Victor India Alpha Romeo. I don't know the actual name of the city that I am in, but we're doing basically another short flight headed to our destination of Paro today. I'm not sure how to actually say that name, but Papa Alpha Romeo Oscar is the ICAO for the airport we're headed to. It's gonna be to the east of us. We're here in I believe like Southeast Asia or something like that. So let me go ahead and set this to nav mode, put the gear up, and we'll hop into. And real quick, let's go ahead and get our motivational quote of the day before we continue on with our flight. So I'm gonna go right here. Today's quote is, "Champions train, losers complain." So what are you gonna do? That's my question for you. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna just complain about everything and how hard it is and all the challenges that face you and everything? Are you gonna complain about all the reasons why it may not work, why you're not good enough, why you keep failing? Are you gonna complain about all those things? Are you gonna train and continue to get better and progress yourself and work on your craft? I mean, even if you're already good at something, why should you stop? One thing that I believe is that you should always compete as if you were in second place. Because that way, even if you're winning, you should still compete as if you're in second place, as if you have everything to lose and everything to gain. You get what I'm saying? So even if you are really very, very good at what you do, even if you're like the best at what you do, no matter what that is, you still should continue to train, because there's always somebody out there. You may not know them right now, but there's always someone out there who can compete with you, and you are, you know, basically fighting to beat them. One thing I believe is that, you know, I still believe that God gives all of us our own gifts and passions and ideas and visions, but I also believe that there's always another person out there with the same passion, the same idea, the same drive that you have. The difference is, you know, actually I'm not saying not the difference, but the thing is, you are competing with this person you have never met. So if, for example, say you wake up early in the morning, well, you're waking up maybe an hour early before this other person on the other side of the world who has your idea. For example, it was really real funny. I was talking with a good friend of mine last night, and he had like a really cool idea. He was like, hey, what if like we had Uber, but like we flew, like flying? What if we had Uber, but like flying? Instead of driving, instead of, you know, going on the app and asking for Uber to pick you up in a car, they pick you up in some type of like plane or helicopter, and they take you wherever you need to go real fast. And I was like, you know what, bro, that's actually kind of a good idea. That's kind of a good idea. And then after some research, we found out that somebody is already doing that. Somebody already has that idea. We were a little bit late to that party, so it is actually Uber himself are already working on like basically being able to fly you places and not just drive you around, which is really freaking cool, by the way. So anyways, that's today's quote of the day: champions train, losers complain. So don't be a loser today, man. Don't be a loser. All right, so back into this flight. Welcome back again. This is day three of our most dangerous airports tour. It brings us over to we'll be headed to Nepal, I believe. No, it's not Nepal. It's I think this is in India. I'm not really sure. It's gonna be taking us to the Himalayan mountains out here at Victor. Actually, I'm sorry. It's Victor, Quebec, Papa Romeo. Yeah, Paro International. And so it's gonna be about an hour, I think, flight or so. Won't be too long. Won't be too short. It would for sure be longer than the other flights we've done this week. This will be the longest flight we've done this week, and probably the longest flight we were gonna do all week. So took off right as you saw right at the beginning of the stream, and now we're headed to I don't really know what I want to cruise at. I really don't know what I want to cruise at. So we'll kind of just see how high we can get. I think 350 should be a good number for us today. I think flight level 350 should be a good number. Hoping that it doesn't get too crowded again. This is kind of honestly the reason that I've been taking off so early. Usually I start my streams, I'm on the ground, you know, and then we load up and all that stuff. But lately I've been taking off before the stream to get a head start, because these airports are extremely tiny, and I want to make sure that I have the spacing that I need and that everybody else has the spacing that they need. Kind of space everybody out. And especially when we get there, we still are going to need to space out, because there's still going to be people who catch up, and you know we're going to bunch up as usual. So you know how it is, guys. We've gone through this twice this week already, so act like you know what you're doing. All right, let's go ahead and speed up. We'll go about 300 knots. We are at 12,000 feet, and we'll go ahead and climb up to 350. You can already see the Himalayan mountains ahead of us, which is amazing. We haven't been here in a couple weeks. We flew here a couple weeks ago in the Himalayan mountains. I think we flew somewhere in China, or I don't even remember where we flew to or from, but I just remember it being a beautiful flight. Beautiful flight. So I'm excited about flying over the Himalayas again today. I've had people request to fly, over the Himalayas. What's funny to me is, you know, when we do our flights, like for example, when we do our tours, it's a set tour. You know, I've already planned out the entire week of flying, and you know, I always, you know, look at and listen to people's suggestions as far as where we should fly to. And where they want to see me fly to and things like that. And I think it's funny when I get suggestions of places that I've already been to. So for example, they're like, oh, you should fly to Himalayas. I'm like, well, we went there like a week ago. Where were you at? Or you know, I get suggestions to fly, you know, just places that we've already streamed to, which doesn't mean I'm never going to fly there again. It's just, you know, it's a huge globe. You know, the planet is so big. There's so many places to fly to. I can't fly to, everybody's specific request every day. So, but I'm working on it. We have a lot more planet to discover. There's a lot of places that we still have not been to, and a lot of places I still want to go to. And a lot of you guys' suggestions are very good. Some are very places I've never heard of, never been to. Again, one reason I really like these tours that we do is it takes all of us to places that we're not familiar with. So, for example, I have not been to either of these airports that we're flying to or from right now. So, I'm pretty excited about going out here. I've seen some videos about this airport now. One person, and one person specifically here says that this is the most dangerous airport in the world. Now, I don't really believe that this is the most dangerous airport in the world. I don't really know what the most dangerous airport in the world is, to be honest. But I do believe that this is for sure top 5. For sure, top 5 in the world most dangerous airports we're headed to right now, and mainly because of terrain. In the last few episodes we've done, it's been very short runways, very small airports, and that's been and also terrain coming into play too, and water. So those have been very, very challenging. Yesterday definitely went better than the first day did. So if you have not watched the other 2 days of the tour, definitely go back and watch them. They're for sure entertaining. If you want to see me die, watch the first one. If you want to see everybody else die, watch the second one. And so hoping that we don't die today. I don't want anybody to die today. I think that we could all pull it off. For some, this will be a challenge. For some, it won't. As usual, but again, it just depends on your own skill. So I don't know how this is going to turn out today. This is kind of how I'm going to feel every day when on these most dangerous airports. I just don't know. It's kind of like there's always that chance that I'm not going to make it, because none of these approaches are just a straightforward approach. There's always something about it that makes it very interesting and challenging, and that's what I like about this tour, because I feel that next week we're going to be so amazing at landing airplanes because of all the challenges that we had this week in landing the aircraft. So let's speed up a little bit more. Let's go 310 knots. It says our ETA is about 2 hours, which is not right. It'll probably come down once we get the speed up, but we have plenty of fuel on board, even if that's the case. So Starly is saying that this airport is ranked officially by who though? I need to find that post wherever that is.
4571 is taking off runway 34, departing east.
I just don't believe it's the most dangerous airport. I just don't believe it. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I just don't believe it. Oh God! Oh, I forgot. Is nav mode on? Is he? Okay, we're turning. Cool. I was like, what? Why are we flying right over? Cool. Electro Swag, what's going on? Infinite Flight Pilot, what's going on? Gaming Swar, what's up? Abdullah Ahmed, what's up? When is the next flight so you can join? Well, if you can't fly today, next flight will be tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1400 Zulu is my usual scheduled time for flying. Today I'm flying a new, oh, it's not new, but I'm flying a livery that I have personally never flown before. It's Air Asia. I thought I'd go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we are in Asia to fly an Asian airline. So we're flying Air Asia. I couldn't actually find any airlines that actually fly to this airport. So I just was like, you know what, let's just fly whatever. So I actually kind of like the tail, the Air Asia tail. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole now everyone can fly part. It looks weird to me. I don't really like how it's just like white on the nose of the plane. I don't really like that. But look at those mountains over there on our left side. The cool thing about this flight is if we don't know how this is going to turn out when we get to our destination, but we do know we get to enjoy the view the whole way there. So if you have not seen the Himalayan mountains on Infinite Flight yet, here you go. Matter of fact, let's get a screenshot. I didn't really get that many screenshots this week. I've been so focused on trying to land a plane and everything, I haven't really got a lot of screenshots, so. So it would be smart if I went ahead and opened up a Life Flight app and to see where we're flying over, because I like to know where we're at. And you can do the same. You could always search me up. My call sign is Blue 116, even though we're in a red plane today. Watch out for our speed. I do not want to get caught speeding today. What's going on, Magical Bears? Ferris, Waffle Aviation. I don't know who I am. Well, you should learn. Piotr Furman. Yes, sir. This is multiplayer. I saw Gaming Swire saying that my mic sounds low. Does it sound low? If it sounds low, I think I know what it may be. I can make a change. So let's real quick look at the flight plan. I have not shown that yet. I'll zoom out. So we took off here at Victor India Alpha Romeo. I don't know what this is. Sri Guru, whatever. I don't know. To be honest, I don't. Whenever I created this route, or not the route, whenever I created this, when I decided to fly to Paro, how do you say it? I don't know. But I was like, well, I want to find somewhere that's about an hour away. I want to do a good hour-long flight from somewhere that's not too far. I was going to do like Bangkok, but that was like a 2.5-hour flight. That was too long. There's a lot of places around this area of the world that we could have flew to and from, but the places that I wanted to fly were all like 2 hours. Or more, and I wanted to do 1 hour. So I found this airport, and I was like, well, I guess we'll do here. I don't know what this place is, but we'll just do here. So I just picked the airport, kind of, not at random, but just, I was trying to find somewhere that was gonna give us a good flight and some good scenery. So yeah, we're flying to the southeast of us down here to VQPR, Victor, Quebec, Papa Romeo, which is Paro International. We have a 7,000-foot runway today. This is the longest runway we're going to be landing on yet. But the challenge is not the length of the runway. The challenge is going to be getting on the runway. And I think some of you guys would do this perfectly fine. I don't know why I have little to no fuel. I have a cruise of 0.85, should be just about right. Did I miss a waypoint? I thought I put them all. Starly, what is the waypoint that I missed? Because I thought I put them all in.
Unicum, November 548 Hotel Mike.
Maybe I did not.
To runway 16.
All right, so everybody's saying that I changed mic, and I think it's because I put a thing on it. Hold on. Hold up. Because I did not actually change mics. Let's just do this. Alright, let me know if I sound any different now. If I sound any better, any worse. Because I added like a little filter on it, hoping that maybe it would help with some of the background noise, but maybe it just made it worse. Better. Okay, dope. Cool. I missed, oh wow, yeah, it does sound different. I'm listening back to it. It sounds a whole lot different. I'm just hoping I don't get that issue we had yesterday where it was like some weird background noise that kept popping up. I don't know what it was. Let's see. Let's go take a look at his flight plan. So apparently I am missing a waypoint that I thought I put in. Where is he? He's up here. I'm not gonna copy. I just want to look. So it's actually right before that one. TAKTI.
Shri Guru Unicum, November 548 Hotel Mike is taking off runway 16, departing straight out.
Where are you? There it is. And we'll just add that in. Move it up one spot. And then boom. Boom. Yeah, look at this. Oh man, look at this view. I don't know, it's something about the Himalayas never get old. Yes, sir. That's one thing I did forget to mention. In real life, only 8 pilots are actually qualified to land at this airport, which I think is amazing and crazy. So maybe that does make it the most dangerous airport in the world. Maybe there's 9 pilots now, but last time I checked, there was only 8 pilots qualified to land at this runway. Thank you, Magical Bears. What's going on, Alec SM? No, I do not know what Skytrax is. I've never heard of it. Ilandridi, I honestly don't know what the nearest airport is. I don't know, VIAM maybe? Jefferson, the flight plan is not in the description. Actually, it is. I mean, where we're flying to and from is in the description, but the actual waypoints and stuff is not in the description. But if you are in the lobby or on the server with us, you could always copy our flight plan and get it from there. What's going on, Henry Kedzio? I didn't know you were a sponsor. Welcome aboard, my friend. So we're good. We're got a wow. Look at this wind, 101 knots. It's not really a tailwind per se. It's more of like a crosswind. So I'm gonna leave the seatbelt signs on because of that reason. Right now we're cruising at Mach 0.0. I'm sorry, Mach 0.86. I think that'll do. For now, we have estimated time en route is going to be 1 hour 20 minutes from now. We have about 3 hours of fuel remaining. Plenty of fuel aboard, just like I said. ET next is about 53 minutes. Ground speed right now is about 540 knots. So, looking good. Yeah, we did fly to Saba yesterday. In Saba, we were planning on flying there Thursday, but we ended up doing 2 flights yesterday because we had extra time. The first flight ended a lot sooner than I was expecting. We did it faster than I was expecting. What's going on, Anthony Plays? So, I have another airport planned. I haven't put it on the schedule yet. I'm still really trying to decide. I'm trying to choose between 3 different airports. I don't want it to be too easy because a lot of the airports that are the most dangerous airports in the world, it's because of scenery reasons. Now, like for example, like it's because it's in a high dense population area where it's like a lot of houses and 3D stuff. You know, Infinite Flight doesn't have 3D buildings. You know what I'm saying? So how can we fly? You know, it'll just be an easy landing for us technically, because there's, you know, in Infinite Flight there's no 3D buildings, there's no 3D objects. It's just the mountains themselves are really the only obstacles we have to deal with, and short runways on Infinite Flight. So some of the most dangerous airports that I found are, you know, because of things that Infinite Flight doesn't actually have. Also, one of the airports that I actually really did want to do was it was in Greenland. And it's one of the most dangerous airports in the world because one, the airport is, you know, it's pretty short runway. Two, you're landing on ice and the weather's horrible in this area. So I'm like, well, in Infinite Flight, we're not gonna get that same effect. I even went to that airport to see what it looks like in Infinite Flight, and it's basically like it's like a grass strip sorta. Like it's nothing. It's just nothing. There's nothing challenging about it. What's going on, Dylan? Good to see you. So yeah, I'm just like, so I'm trying to find, you know, the most dangerous airports that, you know, are in real life and also are challenging to, you know, do in Infinite Flight also. You know what I'm saying? So I have a couple other ones. I know that a lot of people, Gibraltar is considered one of the most dangerous airports in the world. But the reason why that one is a couple reasons. One is it is between, like, there's a big mountain next to it, which doesn't make it that dangerous. There's also a street, like a city street, that goes straight through the runway in Gibraltar, which does make it very dangerous because it's basically just like a stoplight right there that stops people from driving onto the runway, which is crazy. You know, like where I'm from, there's so much security at the airports that you could never drive a regular vehicle onto the airport. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that a country has a highway that drives over a runway and have to stop the highway every time a plane lands. So that makes that airport so dangerous. But on Infinite Flight, one, there's no traffic, you can't see the streets. I've actually gone there to check it out to see, let's go take it out, take a look at it, and you can't even see the street that crosses the runway. So again, there's no point to fly there because it's not that challenging on Infinite Flight. And also, the only other thing about that airport that's a tiny bit dangerous is the fact that the runway starts and ends with ocean. But again, the runway is pretty long. We could all probably land a 747 there if we wanted to. So it's not very hard. So we're not gonna go there, at least not this time around. What's going on, Aviator Lucas? Good to see you. Henry, what's going on, man? Ashley Tripp, what's going on? Nice. You are flying from RJAA to Chicago and watching. Well, I'm glad that hopefully we're able to entertain you in that extremely long flight. And an Antarctica tour. We'll see. I need to go and explore Antarctica first before I stream it, because I don't believe that all of Antarctica, actually I don't think most of Antarctica is even has HD scenery. Now I could be wrong. I've never actually flown there, but I don't think Antarctica has HD scenery. I think I went there once. Like I think I spawned in Antarctica one time, and it was just white, just completely white. Jefferson, thank you for that brand new subscription. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Glad to see new faces, new subscribers. Hope you guys are enjoying the streams. Henry, I don't even know when Henry K. I don't even know when you became a sponsor, but I want to say thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. 1 hour 40 minutes left. Dope. Singapore also does not have HD scenery, sadly. Singapore is such a beautiful place. I wish Singapore did have HD scenery. Funny. But yeah, so I'm thinking we might go to Madeira. We might go to Madeira tomorrow. We'll see. I haven't confirmed that, but we may go there. Dang it, I missed it. We got another subscriber and I missed it completely. I didn't get to see who popped up. It went way too far. I mean, too fast. One thing that sucks is Kai Tak is actually one of the airports that I wanted to go to. Kai Tak is on my list. I have a list of about 12 very dangerous airports in the world and I just chose 5 for this week. So fly to Axel's Castillo. Thank you for the subscription, man. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Global family. So yeah, Kai Tak Airport, I think it's in China or somewhere. I was planning on going there. It is a very dangerous airport, very dangerous. It's really cool too where it is. Now the problem is, for whatever reason, Kai Tak does not exist on Infinite Flight. They don't have it yet. I don't know if they're gonna add it later on, but it just doesn't exist on Infinite Flight. Man, look at this view though. I'm sorry. So I wanted to go there, but it's not on here. Thank you, Anthony. Sean Sun, what's going on, man? Hakai Hadi, I looked it up. I looked at the ICAO and did not find it. I did not find Kai Tak on the. What's the ICAO? I'll look it up right now. What's the ICAO for Kai Tak Airport? I'll look it up on my map right now. In Infinite Flight Pilot's opinion, he says Nordic and Scandinavian countries have the worst scenery in the game. Okay, Sean NG, you keep saying that it's in the game, but I'm asking you, what is the ICAO code so I can look it up? Or should I just look it up myself? I'll just look it up myself. Alright, so we're looking it up, and the ICAO, because I looked for it. Maybe I typed it in wrong when I did. It's a VHHX. And nothing. Nothing at all. Does not come up. I mean, I guess I could actually like look up the name itself and see if that works. Nope. Oh God, what just happened? Oh no, I just typed. Oh no. When I typed in Kai Tak, it thought I was typing in a flight plan, and so it deleted my entire flight plan. Crap. Okay, I need to copy somebody's. Hold on. Let's copy his. All right, and then I need to go here, and I think we're flying to KTM. Activate leg. Yeah, that's where we are right there. Yeah, so again, guys, like I said, it doesn't exist, at least not under the correct ICAO, what I found on the internet. Unless it has a different one, it's not on here. And again, that was one that I did actually really want to fly to this week, but I couldn't find it. Man, this is beautiful right here. This is beautiful. Like, I feel like no other flight simulator at all can compare to Infinite Flight's scenery. I know a lot of people like to compare Infinite Flight with Aerofly FS2, but again, Aerofly FS2 only has scenery in Southern California, Northern California, a little bit of the East Coast in the US, and I think like London or something like that. But Infinite Flight now has a whole globe of HD, or not a whole globe, but has like maybe what, 70% of the world, okay, maybe 60% of the world in HD scenery. That's a lot. Let's get a left wing view. Oh, we got another one. Who is it? Elizabeth Mendoza or Mendonça. Thank you for that subscription. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Global family. I look like a Portuguese last name. I was not completely sure. Speaking of Portuguese, I created a new channel on our Discord last night because somebody requested it. It's like, hey, you should make a chat, like a international chat for people to speak other languages. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. Because I know that for some people who speak English, it can get annoying when they don't understand what people are saying. And so before we were talking in different languages in the regular chat, and I was like, well, I don't want to annoy everybody, so let's go ahead and create a different channel, or a different, not a whole channel, but a different little chat just for my international friends and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. It allowed me to practice my Portuguese, which I'm still learning. And speaking of that, I was working on Duolingo last night, and I'm now, was it 24%? I think 24% fluent in Portuguese, which is not great. I don't feel like I am that fluent yet, but I just need to practice, basically. Beautiful Himalayas. Strong G saying VHXX and not VHHX. Let's see what that is. Let's see. Maybe you're right. VHXX. And oh snap. It's there. Why? What the heck, internet? Why would you give me the wrong ICAO? That is not cool. I wonder why there's an X next to it. And why does it say elevation 15 feet? Because it's not. That's not correct. Runways. I'm gonna probably take a look at that later, and we'll see. We may or may not go there this week. May or may not. We'll see. I'll go take a look at it later on. But thank you, Sean G NG, for finding that right ICAO for that. And yes, guys, I know we're in Airbuses, but no approach mode allowed on this approach. All right, we're hand flying this baby in. MK Gamer, yeah, lives in India. Sean, how much do I earn per video? I think that's personal. I'm not gonna talk about how much I make on videos. I should say not enough to live off of, for sure. I still do this for fun. E-Monster says that he thinks that the X denotes that the airport isn't being used anymore. No, you're good, Hack ID. All questions are welcome. That doesn't mean I'll answer them all. I think I missed a few comments here. Strike Bird was asking what companies fly to Paro. There's I think is it like a Bhutan? Is it Bhutan or Buddha? What's the heck is the name? What is the name of the place that we're going to again? It doesn't say. What is the name? I think it's in the description. Hold on. Bhutan. Bhutan is like a Bhutan airline that flies here. It's like they're like the only one that fly here. It's like, yeah, Druk Air, something like that. They're the only one that fly. Infinite Flight doesn't have a livery for them. They don't even have the plane that they fly here. They fly some kind of prop, some turbo prop or something here. But every once in a while they have Airbuses flying in and out of here. Not sure what airline flies the Airbus in here. I think the video that I watched, it was like a British Airways plane that flew here. Oh yeah, we are gonna see Mount Everest. I forgot about that. We are gonna see Mount Everest, which I have never seen on Infinite Flight yet. So that's gonna be new for me. I don't know where that is. I think it might be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but we are gonna be passing Mount Everest. So stay tuned for that. Nice. Doing good, pretty good on speed. We're going about 548 knots, which is pretty good. 119 knot wind out here. Somebody asked why is there a plane above me. I don't see anybody above me. I see Felix Viana behind me, but I don't see. Oh my God, stop it. Every time I get a notification, I realized I was doing some formation flying last weekend, or attempting to do some formation flying last weekend with a couple people from Discord. And I noticed that, now we all know that there's that horrible lag that happens when you're flying near somebody. Now, I know that Laura and the developing team of Infinite Flight are working on fixing that, and I can't wait for them to do so. But also, I noticed that whenever those little notifications pop up on the top of my screen, that say like, you know, message from this person, whatever, those regular iPhone notifications. I don't know if it does the same thing for Android, but it kind of like it lags my game. So basically, you saw Speedbird 506 was, you know, a little bit farther away from me before those notifications popped up, and then he gained on me very quickly when those notifications came up. So even though the game is still going and it doesn't seem like it stopped, it's actually lagging just a tiny bit every time my notifications pop up. So when you're trying to do formation flight, if you start getting notifications or you have notifications on, just be prepared for stuff like that to happen. Let's do a scenic view. We haven't done one of those yet. Yes, Ilindriti Mach starts at around flight level 280 when it switches from regular, you know, speed to Mach numbers. I think it's either 280, 270, one of those. Air Asia. I do like the bottom of Air Asia. That's really cool. We'll be landing in about an hour, which is surprising. Why does it feel? It seems like it's taking a lot longer than I was expecting to get here. But hey, we get to enjoy the view the rest of the way there. It's a little bumpy now. I got a little bit of turbulence. Yesterday we had, was it yesterday or was it Monday? Yeah, Monday we had some really bad turbulence flying to Courchevel. This is exactly why I left the seatbelt sign on today. Infinite Flight Pilot was wondering if you would ever create an event where we would we would aim to fill up at least a terminal at one major airport. Probably not, to be honest. I'm just not really that into events. Or like creating events, I guess you should say. Like, I don't know. I mean, we've been able to fill up like a lot of small airports here and there that we've been flying to on the stream. But I don't think we've ever filled up like a major airport or anything like that. So I don't know. I mean, I say no now, but you never know. Later in the future, I could be like, hey, let's do an event. You know, for me, if I was to do an event, see there, you saw that lag. So let's take a look where he is now. Is he ahead of me? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where is he? Oh, he's still behind me, but he's like right above me. There he is. Yeah, so now he's like right above me. So yeah, because that notification again from SoundCloud this time. But yeah, I mean, I think if I were to do an event, I would have to partner with somebody who already does events regularly. Like I wouldn't want to just do, I don't know. That's how I feel about it right now. Anyways. Just event would take time. A lot of time, I guess. I don't know what it takes to create an event in Infinite Flight. But I feel like it would just take more time than I'm willing to spare right now. Is that Everest right there? Or when am I gonna see? When should I expect to see Everest? Alright, so Starley's saying no. He knows where it is. He says that it's going to be between VNKT and VNLK. There's VNKT and where's VNLK? No, VNKT and VNLK. Where's VNLK? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those airports you couldn't see at first. You had to like choose it. So all right. So I'll expect to see Mount Everest once we get around that next waypoint, which is still about 30 minutes out from us right now. So enjoy the rest of the mountains before we get to the greatest mountain in the world. I'm definitely gonna have to get a screenshot at Mount Everest, get a selfie there. Yeah, it is very bumpy. Yeah, we're right under. We're literally like right under overspeed. So that's why I keep jumping in the cockpit to make sure that we don't get caught overspeeding. Because of this turbulence, it could easily knock us up there to, you know, be overspeeding. So gotta watch out for that. Like I said, guys, it's so easy, and a lot of you guys could definitely agree with me. It's so easy to get a violation on infinite flight. And when you're grade 3, grade 4, you do not want to see a single violation, because if you're grade 4 and you get 1 violation, you're straight, like you've already been demoted. If you're grade 3 and you get 3 violations, you're demoted. So you really got to watch out and be careful and pay attention, especially when you're at cruise and you're flying through turbulence and, you know, you're flying pretty close to overspeed. You want to watch out. So, I mean, I know that I could probably go Mach 0.87, but if I did 0.87, we would be right on that red line. And in turbulence, I could easily bump us over it. And I'm also extremely paranoid, because it's already been about 3 times that I've been grade 3 or above, and I've gotten a stupid violation for something stupid, and I got knocked down to grade 2, you know. So somebody's running out of fuel. Infinite Flight Pilot, great question. I like these questions. Was YouTube always a career choice in your life, or is it more like a hobby to live stream with people? I would say for now it's more like a hobby. But one thing that I also think is that I truly believe in turning hobbies into careers, which is really so. For example, how do I explain this? How do I explain? So, for example, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good analogy to use. So, for example, I guess you could use YouTube as an example. Yes, YouTube was never honestly in my career plans. My career plans was, you know, web design, graphic design, maybe a little bit of music here and there, stuff like that. But YouTube was never there as a career choice. Now, YouTube was always like, hey, that's a really cool option. I would love to make an income. I would love to make another income with YouTube, because one, I love streaming with you guys. I love playing video games. I love aviation. And I love those things. Why not get paid for? Why not get paid for something you're passionate about? Like, I feel like that's what that should be everybody's goal in life, is to find out what your passion is. Because some people don't know what the passion is first. So find out what is your passion. Second, how do you get paid for doing that passion? Like, how can you turn that passion into something that you can wake up in the morning and go to work, but it doesn't feel like work. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if this was to turn into an actual job, an actual career, an actual way that I could make a living, if YouTube was to be something like that, that would be a passion of mine, because I am passionate about what I stream about. And so I would continue to make videos and live streams about things that I am passionate about. Therefore, it would never really feel like a job to me, because I'm just like, I'm out here hanging out with you guys, flying around, enjoying the views, you know, doing all this stuff. It wouldn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like a job now. Right now, it's more of a hobby, but thankfully, and God bless, you know, I'm able to make a little bit of income from it. So you always want to get as many different streams of income as you can. I always tell my friends that it's great to have a job, you know, to have a career, but what you want to do is find multiple streams of income. Maybe one of those streams of your mainstream income, where it's like your regular job, your main job where you work 9 to 5, and then your next stream of income could be something else you do on the side. Maybe it's construction, maybe it's fixing things in people's houses, maybe it's artwork for people. You know, like, that's a second stream of income that you can bring in. You could always have what they call residuals. Residual income is an income that makes money on its own, where maybe you provide some type of service where people like pay a subscription to you, and they keep paying you by a month basis, and you don't actually have to do the work again. That's the type of work that I really promote. Like, if you could find a job where you could do the work one time and keep getting paid for it. For example, YouTube is one of those type of jobs. I can make a video one time, do the work. I could put in 2 hours of work to make one video one time, and that same video will continue to make money in the life of that video, as long as new people and more people are coming back and sharing it and watching it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one idea of residual income. And there's other companies and other things out there that you can do to create things like that. Whether you create a brand new website, you know, one really good one is create a brand new website for something, or create an app You know, like Infinite Flight is a perfect example. They created an app where they can do the work one time. Now I know they're always continually making it better, always continually adding new content, but just think about it. The initial Infinite Flight app itself, they created the app, and now people are continuing to buy subscriptions to the app. People are continuing to buy the app brand new. So they made the product, and people are going to continue to come back and buy it. They don't have to keep making brand new Infinite Flight games for more and more people to buy. You know what I'm saying? So that's a residual income. They're going to every month receive a real nice check because of something they did 6 years ago or started 6 years ago. So it's really cool. Why wasn't my ambition to become a pilot? My ambition is to become a pilot. I just chose to go a different route initially. To be honest, in some ways I wish that I had decided to go the pilot route first, but I don't have any regrets because I'm glad that I went the way that I did go. I know that I can still become a pilot. That ambition has not left. Like, I still have that ambition. I still have that goal. I'm still going to make that happen eventually. I'm working on that. But around the time when I was 16 or so, because you can get a private pilot license at about 16 years old, which is pretty cool. You can't get in the U.S. you can't get a driver's license until you're 17, but you can get a pilot license when you're like 15 or 16. So around that time in my life, my godfather, he flew for, I think, the U.S. Navy or Air Force or somebody like that, some military. He flew jets, and then he left there, and then he flew for Continental, which is now United, and also he flew for FedEx Cargo, which is, he always had like little model planes of FedEx planes and stuff like that. And so I learned a lot about aviation from him. He actually took me up into a Cessna 172 for the first time ever. I'll take a look at the map real quick, make sure we're not getting lost. He took me up in a Cessna 172 ever. He was the first person who actually let me hold the controls of an aircraft in the air, which is really cool. So, and back then I was like, you know what? I didn't know that I could be a pilot so young. And so I was trying to do it. The issue was just money back then. It's like I didn't have the money to go and get my pilot license when I was 16, and it's still been the same issue. I decided to go and be an artist instead of, pursue being a pilot as much. So I wish I kind of did. Who's leaving? Is it Infinite Flight Pilot? Are you leaving, or who's going? Well, bye to whoever is leaving. Is it Frillix? Are you going down? Wait, what is going on? Somebody's leaving. Frillix says he's going down. He's floating. Oh, you're out of gas. Oh, Frillix ran out of gas. That's what happened. And you're on the way down. You're behind me, aren't you? Where did he go? Where is he? Which one is you, buddy? We got Darkness in the back. Welcome, man. Good to see you. Ellen Dritty. Sean and G. How did he get ahead of us? He says he's going down, but I don't know where he is. There was somebody on top of me, but I don't see him anymore. Wait, I see somebody turned around. Oh, that's him right there. Felix is out of fuel. Where are you going to do your emergency landing at, bro? I mean, you have this place right here, VNBR, you can probably land at. How big is it? Oh, that's a pretty small airport right there. Let's see. Runways are... Whew, that's a short runway. That is a short runway, 1,769 feet. That is almost as short as the runway we landed on yesterday. And he's in an A3. He can do that. He can definitely do it in an A320 though. He could pull it off. So, all right, man. Well, good luck to you. I don't know how you ran out of fuel. Maybe you just forgot to put fuel in. It's only a 2-hour flight, a little bit less than 2 hours. So, but yeah, do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do. But yeah, so what I was saying was, I've always had the ambition to be a pilot. I just chose to go to a different college. I chose to go to college for fine arts instead of going to school to be a pilot. So I'm still planning on going to be a pilot, obviously, but that's why. He crashed already? Oh, and he got violations? Oh, okay, no, he didn't get any violations. Okay. You gotta be careful though with that, because if you're floating, You had no gas, you're floating. I mean, yeah, you could probably definitely pull up and get some speed off, so when you get under 10K, you're not speeding. But you have to be careful with that. If you crash on the expert server, you do not get a violation, by the way. But you did crash. Faisal, what's up, man? We'll probably fly Qatar when we fly to Australia. What's crazy is like we're flying all these mountains. We're at 35,000 feet, but it feels like we're only at like 10,000 feet above these mountains because I feel like the mountains are right there. Let's take a look at where we are at AGL. Yeah, we're at 26,000 feet AGL. Still bumpy ride. Still bumpy. We're 20 minutes out from our next waypoint. Abdul Hassan, what's up, man? Good to see you. Wow, Ashley, you only have 4 violations since you got this game. Well, that's great. Felix said he committed suicide. That's horrible. Abdul, you're in training server. Who do we have in here that's actually flying the same route on training server? I noticed sometimes you guys fly the same route on training server if you're not able to fly expert. So who do we have here in the chat or on the stream that is actually flying the same route on training server? I would like to see how that goes for you guys too. I want to see who actually make it, who survives, who lands, who doesn't. London to Sydney and back on the weekend. How long was that flight? That's like a 24-hour flight, isn't it? Oh, and we have a new subscriber or follower, new follower. I don't know how to say your name. Optic Golden. Thank you for that new subscription, guy, man. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Global family. Alb UK says he's on training server. Pretty dope, man. Gurjan is asking, what is APPR nav? APPR is just approach mode, basically using like a ILS approach. And if you don't know what that is, basically auto land is what APPR is. And nav mode is just GPS mode. The plane will control its own headings and stuff like that. Sean Sung, will I go to an aviation school when I save up enough money? Yes, I will, for sure. 100%. Aviator Lucas says, London to Sydney was 18 hours there, 19 hours back due to winds. Ice Cream Sandwich says, Miami to New York. I actually did New York to no, I did Miami to New York yesterday. After yesterday's stream, we flew Miami to JFK. It was a good flight. No ATC, sadly. What sucks is I don't know what expert server was doing yesterday. From what I heard, controllers are actually supposed to, on expert server, controllers are supposed to stay on for about an hour at least, as when they're controlling, to give people time, I guess, to get there. And also, you know, on training server, how annoying it is when you see somebody get on and then get right back off, and you're like, crap. Well, because a lot of times people plan their flights around where ATC is. I know that's what I do. Like if I see there's ATC at Atlanta, or I see there's ATC at, you know, London Heathrow, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a short flight to London Heathrow so I can fly into an airport with ATC. Now, if they log off before you get there, it just gets annoying. All right, Aviator Lucas, see you later, man. Thanks for jumping in for a short time that you did. Anthony Plays flew Perth to London on 787. That sounds like an extremely long time also. Yes, 27, Sean Sum. Bacon Sandwich, what's up, man? Welcome back. Ilan Driddy is asking, why is this airport landing so dangerous? Well, you're about to find out for yourself. It's just mainly terrain is the issue. Just the mountains make it very tough. It's between the mountains, and we're going to have to fly in the mountains on our approach, so it's going to be tough. Let's see, where are we? We're getting closer to Mount Everest, but we're not there quite yet, so I don't think we can see it yet. It will be on our left though. But wow, look how high those mountains are. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright, screenshot. Amsterdam to Hong Kong and a 777-300. Funny, funny, funny. So far, it's been a pretty calm flight. I mean, other than us having pretty consistent turbulence this entire trip. So hopefully the passengers on board are not getting sick. Trying to think if I have any really like any funny flight stories. I fly a lot, but I don't really have nothing like crazy. Not that I know of has happened, other than me having to run and have to run in the airport, which is never fun. Has anybody had to do that? How many people in the chat has actually had to run? Like if you were flying somewhere, you were late, and you had to run to your gate. Oh wow! So he ran out of fuel, trying to get to Hong Kong. John wants to be a pilot too. Well, man, don't stop, man. Keep pushing to it. If you don't have enough money to make it happen, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make it happen. There's always a way. There's always a way. Either you'll make a way or you'll make an excuse. Which one are you gonna do? Ashley Tripp says American Airlines at Charlotte. Ran to your gate before. Yeah, like so. What's the story though? If you have ever had to run to your gate, why were you late for the first reason, and two, did you make it? And how far did you have to run? Actually, I'll tell mine first. I've had to do it a few times. I fly a lot, so when you fly a lot, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So, but the one of the most memorable times that I've had to run to my gate, and I honestly did not think I was gonna make it, was when I was in Paris. I think that was at the beginning of this year. That was like in January. Was it January? I don't remember what month, but it was early this year. I was in Paris, and I fly United. You know, as some of you guys know, I fly United most of the time, and I fly standby also. So I don't have a confirmed seat when I fly United. So when I flew to Paris, it's easy usually. Now, the way it usually goes in the U.S. with United at my home airport is it's usually really easy to get to different destinations. So it's very easy if I want to get to Paris, if I want to get to Japan. Basically, if I want to go anywhere in the world, it'd be pretty easy for me to get there. Now, the hard part is getting back home because there's always less flights flying back to the U.S. No, wait, I take it back. Sometimes it depends where you go. Sometimes there's less flights, but a lot of times there's less flights flying back to the U.S. and they're fuller. So it's like they have less flights, so there's more people on the plane. Therefore, since I fly standby, I may or may not make it. So when I was in Paris, I think it was Paris. It might have been some other country, but I was in Paris. I don't know why, but for whatever reason we were late. And we had to run. Like, I ran so fast. I have never had to run that fast. I was sweating when I got to the runway. And I'm not a big dude. Like, I'm a pretty small person. Like, in high school, I ran track. I ran long distance in track and everything. So I'm used to running. But I was running in the airport with all my bags and everything. And I don't know why, but the terminal or the gates are so far in the Paris airport. Like, it's I'm talking about Charles de Gaulle Airport, CDG. They're so far, like, just like this extremely long escalator thing that takes you, like, for no reason, like this long distance away from where the checkout is and everything like that. So I had to run really far. Now the crazy part about this story is that I ran all the way to the gate and I found out I was in the wrong terminal. And I was traveling with a friend of mine, so he was at the right gate, and we kind of split up because we had to hurry up and get there. We were going through security, and as soon as we got through security, we were just gonna go ahead and run out. And so he went ahead and ran ahead of me, and I was still trying to get my bags checked and all that kind of stuff. And so as soon as I got my bags checked, I ran too, and I thought he went this direction, but he didn't. I went the wrong direction to the wrong gate, and I even went through the wrong. Actually, I think I went through the wrong security at the wrong terminal, and so I had to go back through the whole airport and run back through the whole other side of the airport to get to the correct terminal. And I barely, if it wasn't for him talking to the gate agents and telling them, hey, I have my friend, he's on the way, he's at the wrong terminal, if he wouldn't have said anything, I probably wouldn't have made it on that flight. And if I would not have made it on that flight, I would have to wait a whole nother night to catch the next flight, because there's only one flight. There was only one flight from Paris to my home city a day. So I wouldn't have made it. Yes, sir, Home Alone. Yeah, man, enjoy New York. New York is a beautiful place, man. It's so big. It's just so big. It's. I haven't been in a while, but it's so big. Normal walking is 20 minutes in Heathrow. Elias, how do I make my thumbnails? I just use Photoshop, man. It's Ashley's trip. You'll be on Southwest Airlines in December in 737. Where are you flying to? Yeah, Gurjan, just keep playing, keep learning, man. Infinite Flight is a great way to learn a lot more about aviation. What I recommend for people who want to be like pilots in the future, maybe you're really young, but you want to learn a lot about aviation. I recommend you play Infinite Flight, learn from Infinite Flight, watch tutorials through Infinite Flight, join communities of people who fly Infinite Flight, or just anybody who flies any flight simulators in general. Where is Mount Everest? Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet. So yeah, just learn, because you can learn a lot about ATC, about procedures, about different things. Like, for example, the whole flight level thing. A lot of people don't know that once you get above 18,000 feet, that it changes to flight level. That it's FL 180 and not 18,000 feet. It's not 21,000 feet. You actually go flight level 210. So a lot of people don't know that. It's just stuff that you learn and you pick up as you're flying. You're flying with a community of people who know a lot more about aviation. So get around people who know more than you about aviation, and then they can teach you things. Watch my streams, watch some of the other people's streams who fly, X-Plane and Prepare 3D, stuff like that. Spacing is very good today. I want to say I'm very proud of you guys on spacing. It looks like we're all extremely close together, but we're not too bad. It's actually not too bad. We're not like on top of each other like usual. Plane behind me is probably 10 miles back. Let's see, what does it say? 15. He's 15 miles back, which is perfect. And the guy ahead of me is 29 miles ahead of me. So spacing is very good right now. The tough part is when we start landing and we start slowing down. That's when spacing is going to be a problem. So we need to pay attention to what speed the aircraft ahead of us are flying to make sure that we slow down and don't, run over them in the process. Infinite Flight pilots behind me. Cool. Yeah, Gurjan, definitely just watch to learn, man. If you guys ever have any questions about aviation, I can't say I know them all. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what I do know. And if I don't know, maybe somebody else in the chat does know, or we can Google it and find out the answer. And I'm also planning on making more tutorial videos in the future too, but mainly stuff that really just applies to Infinite Flight, because there's a lot of tutorial videos already out there that you can find that basically you can learn anything you want to know about aviation through YouTube. All you gotta do is just search the right thing. And whenever I make my YouTube videos about aviation, it's mainly stuff that relates to how you apply that in Infinite Flight. Alright, so Ashley Tripp says she's flying from BDL to BWI and BWI to Houston. What is BDL? I know BWI is Baltimore, and then I know HOU is Houston, because that's where I am. I don't know where BDL is. Walking through, yes sir, this will be the only flight for today. Hopefully we get this right on the first chance. Planning on runway 15, no matter what the wind is. Because I want to do the 15 approach, not the other one. It still says there's no weather. That's great. Wow, Ilindridi said they were deboarding a plane. They got lost in Stockholm. Man, that sucks. Yeah, some airports can be pretty confusing. Not sure where you're from, but I know the most time it can be confusing is when you're at an airport in a country that you don't speak their language. For example, when I was in Brazil, it was pretty. I mean, I've been in airports enough that it's pretty easy to navigate, and a lot of times the signs are like the local language and in English. A lot of times the places that I go, but when I was in Brazil, you know, I wasn't lost, but you know, it was more a little bit more challenging. Bradley International, that's what that is. Okay. Sean Sum, how much does it cost to do a complete flight program in the U.S.? I always forget what that number is. What is it? I'm about to Google it 'cause I can't remember. I did a calculation, but I don't have it with me right now of how much it costs. A lot of times the numbers that you see online are actually a little low than what they should be because it doesn't take account for everything. What's weird is I found this article just now. It says it costs $8,500 USD to get a private pilot certificate, but that is not right. The number I got was a whole lot higher. It's like double that. Okay, this looks better. 10,000. All right, so I'm gonna read this article real quick. 35 flying hours with instructor was $5,600. 15 flying hours solo, about $1,800. 15 hours of ground school, about $600. Materials, $500. Headset, $500. Third class medical, $150. Renter's insurance, $700 a year. A written test, about $150. DPE test fee, $400 plus $120 for aircraft fee. That all equals to about $10,520. And I still think that's being nice. I'm expecting about 18. Well, I gotta find it. I have to get back to you on how much it would cost in the U.S. to get a to go through school for flight school. I have a number that I wrote down in my notes. I just have to go back to my notes and find it. It's basically the cost of what not the same cost that I paid for college, but I probably could have paid for this instead of going to college. I have never been to Germany, no. I would like to go. I almost went last year, and I didn't. That last minute, I decided not to go. Ice cream sandwiches landing in Jacksonville, KJax. I know exactly where that is. Alright, you're from Sweden. Okay, cool. Rob Zone in Germany, he says it's about 60,000. I don't know how to read what that is. I don't know what that icon is. At Lufthansa groups. A passenger aircraft. Okay, that's different. That's a whole different thing. If you want to be a commercial pilot, that's a different thing. There's in the U.S. it's private pilot license. There's a commercial pilot. There's the plan to be like an airline pilot, stuff like that. Euros. That's what I thought. I thought it was euros. I always get euros and pounds and all that stuff like mixed up. How the icons look. $727 would be a good plane. I actually really like the 727. I love flying the 727 in X-Plane, the payware version. There's a very nice payware by, I think it's FlyJ Sim 727. That is a whole lot of fun to fly. It's like one of the most realistic aircraft on X-Plane. Justinus, what were you gonna ask me? So Rob Zones is saying official passenger aircraft pilot license in Germany costs about, is that like 1,000? How do you use decimals? 60,000 euros, I guess. 100,000 euros for Lufthansa groups, depending on which exact airline you choose. Lufthansa, German Wings, Swiss Air, Condor, Air Berlin. What's going on, GL Aviation? Good to see you, man. Justinus. All right, so Starly is now saying that wherever he is, he can see Mount Everest in front of him. So he is way, way up there. How do you get so far ahead? Like, I know you took off first, but like, what is your speed? He's going 582 knots. Like, you must be like maxed out for real on speed, like right below that red line. So we'll expect to see Mount Everest right around where he is, between VNLK and VNTR.
Alright!
Oh, we're at. That's what I'm talking about. Harrison, thank you for that brand new subscription. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Global family. Good to see you, man. Harrison, how do you get global? Do you already have infinite flight? And if you do, all you gotta do is just buy a new subscription. That's basically it. Actually, you don't have to do it. All you gotta do is update. Even if you don't buy a new subscription on solo mode, as far as I believe, all these scenery updates, but you're still, you still have to be within the regions that they had before. But obviously you have to get a subscription. Also, your phone has to meet requirements. So if your phone doesn't meet the requirements for the global release, then you won't be able to play it. So that's maybe what your issue is. All right, so I need to be at 16,000 feet when we reach taxi. Honestly, I don't have any type of descent plans, so I'm glad you said that, Starly. Thank you for that, my friend. Thank you for, by the way, Starly did create this flight plan. I didn't actually make this flight plan. Starly made it for us. Yeah, I believe he did this exact flight earlier this week. And so, I believe him. I believe him. Yes, guys. Again, just like I said in the last few flights, do not spawn at the destination airport, please. You can spawn around it if you crash. Again, spawn at an airport nearby, but don't spawn at the destination airport. Harrison, depending on your device, so if you have an Android or a iPhone, the requirements will be on your App Store or Google Store. So just go take a look. Wherever you downloaded the app from, go look at the requirements from there, and it'll tell you what the app requirements are for the global version of it. Because if you bought it and you don't see global, then there must be an issue. Also, if you bought Infinite Flight, the game by itself, which I think is like $4.99 or something like that, I can't remember what the price is. It's been so long since I bought it. If you bought the app, global does not come with the initial buy-in of Infinite Flight. Global is an additional purchase. It's an additional in-app purchase. So you have to buy a subscription to like a month or a year, however long you want to do it. Rob, yes, for sure. I can't wait for that KC-11 to come out. I can't wait for it. We'll definitely find some kind of way. I'll probably do something over Discord. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do an event per se. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make that work, because I don't want to just do a flight and then get a bunch of people fighting over getting fuel. So I don't know. I have to figure that out. I may have to work with somebody to do that. We'll see. But I definitely can't wait to try air refueling. That'll be a lot of fun. And we may have to organize something in our Discord channel to get some people to find out who wants to be the KC-10 or 11, and who's going to be jets and all that stuff, and kind of like maybe organize that. What's going on, Snerd New? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Geo Aviation, man, you can't worry about those haters, man. You gotta just move on, bro. John Albee, welcome. Good to see you. We're getting pretty close. We're only 20 minutes out. Again, I told you guys that today was a little bit longer of a flight than we've had this week, which is more just like kind of a normal. So our flights usually last about this long. But the cool thing is that we've had some really good scenery out here, so I'm happy about that. Ooh, is that Mount Everest out there in the distance? You see that? That might be Mount Everest right there. Where are we? Yeah, that is. I think that's Mount Everest out there. Or was it right off to our left? I'm not sure which one it is, but we're close to Mount Everest. We should be able to see. I'm just not sure which one of these mountains are Mount Everest. Derpy, what's going on, man? Derpy Hoovis. Hi, welcome aboard, man. Welcome to Blue Arrow Global, man. Good to see you here. Sean NG, would you like a complimentary A380 waiting for you at the airport? Welcome to the airport. No, I would definitely not like a complimentary A380. A380 is not even a plane that I like. Like, that's like one of my least favorite planes in real life. Like, it's a pretty cool plane. It's large, it's big, it's pretty crazy how big it is. But when it comes to the A380, like, it's just not my favorite plane. I'm not saying I'm never gonna fly it. I'm gonna do a stream of me flying it eventually, probably for a long haul. But it's just not one of my favorite planes. It's just, I don't know what it is about it. I just don't. It's just not my favorite plane. So, and not that I don't like when other people fly it. I don't mind when other people fly it. But yeah, I would prefer to not see a single A380 at our destination today. That's my opinion. We're flying on the phone right now. Flying on an iPhone 7. I'm hoping to get the iPhone 10. Maybe either later this month or early next month. We'll see. We do have some Black Friday is coming up next week. So I don't know if you guys celebrate Black Friday in other countries. I don't know if you guys do that, but you know, in the U.S. we have Black Friday. So what I would like to do is go ahead and buy some parts to build my PC. Like some I want to go ahead and use the Black Friday sales and try to get some really cheap parts. Not cheap, but you know, like get good deals on really good parts so that I can build my new PC, because I need a new PC. And I know for sure when I get a new PC, it's gonna make my stream so much better. As far as quality, I'll be able to stream at 60 frames per second, or no, I'll be able to stream higher quality videos and make higher quality videos, and I'll be able to fly X-Plane and maybe even prepare 3D. We're flying on expert server today. So, which one is Mount Everest? I'm still not really sure which one it is. Where are we? I guess that on the left is one of those. One of those right there on our left is Mount Everest. Like, I wish, part of me is like, can you just tell me? Is it Mount Everest? Wait, is that being okay? Oh, we're flying there. That's one of the airports we're gonna be flying to. Yeah, we'll be flying there for our most dangerous airport tour this week. I didn't realize we were gonna be flying over it. I think we may be flying from where we're landing at to there, kind of like we did yesterday for the Caribbean. When we were in the Caribbean, flying at Saba Island. Alright, how far are we from that next waypoint? We need to be at 16,000 when we get to Takti. So let's start planning descents and stuff. We do need to descend. We also need to watch out for these mountains. We don't want to descend in and crash into a mountain. We never want to do that. Let's see, if we descend 80 miles out, we're at 35,000 right now. Yeah, we'll do 80. Let's see, how far are we from the next waypoint? Distance to next 154. So we'll descend when we get about 80 miles from Takti. So I'll leave this distance to next up. So once we get about 80 miles, around 90, we'll start paying more attention, or maybe probably when we get to 100. Honestly, we need to really pay attention. As you can see ahead of us, it looks like the mountains kind of slowly die down a little bit ahead of us, but we're still gonna be flying into the mountains for our actual destination. So we'll plan on descending around the 80 nautical miles away from Takti at about 1,700 as our descent profile, and as usual about 280 knots indicated as we descend. So look at that's Mount Everest right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out. This is a first. Hakai Hadi says make a landing competition. What would that, like, how would that work? What is that? I mean, cause I've heard that I've heard that term a lot in infinite flight landing competitions and stuff. But how does that exactly work? Like, I mean, because technically that's kind of what we're doing. I mean, or do we like have to grade people's landings and like, is there a winner? So how does that work? How would you do a landing competition? I mean, because right now we're just doing challenging landings. It's not really a competition. It's more like, can you make it or can you not make it? It's not really like, I don't really see it as a competition. I see it as a challenge. It's more of like a landing challenge right now. This whole week is like a landing challenge to me, but I wouldn't really call it a competition. But if we were to do a landing competition, what would that look like? Okay, so basically you kind of like plane spot and like just grade people's landings. Like you, so you're saying I choose an airport. So we're like, okay, we're all gonna fly to this airport, or everybody fly to this airport, and then we watch and see who has the best landings and stuff like that. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If we'll see. That's all I can say. We'll see. I don't really know. Let's get a left wing view of Everest too. Alright, so you're asking, you're trying to fly from Seattle to Hawaii, and you have to get a perfect line all the way there to land. Is there any other way to make the autopilot do that for me? That's my opinion. I'm not really completely sure what your question is. What's going on, Sid Hard 95? Good to see you. Brian Attack, what's going on, man? I'm doing great. How are you, man? I hope you're doing good too. Yeah, I mean, my first thing is to use nav mode, yeah, but I'm just not really sure if that's what you're asking, because I mean, yeah, the answer would be use nav mode to fly you there. Like if you draw a straight line from Seattle to Hawaii, and you don't like make a flight, like if you don't want waypoints in between, you just want A to B. You can just do A to B, you know, from Seattle, one waypoint to Seattle, one waypoint at Hawaii, Honolulu, wherever you're flying to, and then turn nav mode on when you get in the air, and then your plane's gonna fly you straight to Hawaii. Matthias, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Yeah, and yeah, you're right, Mr. Blue MC. Nav mode will make you go basically right on the line, a perfect line, all the way to wherever you're going. That's good. I'm glad it's going great for you, Brian Attack. Alright, we're at 113 nautical miles from our next waypoint. We got to descend in about, what, 20 miles from now. I'll probably descend a little bit early, too. It's very convenient that we were able to see the Mount Everest today. I didn't have to do a separate flight just to fly to Mount Everest. So it's cool. Oh, wow, you've been doing it yourself. Yeah, you definitely need to turn on nav mode. Just hit nav. It should be, it depends on what device you're using. For me, it's up here at the top right for an iPhone. For some people, you'll see these icons on the right side. You'll see them on the left. So just find the NAV. Just click that, like make a flight plan from one point to the next point, hit nav mode, and it'll take you straight to wherever you want to go. Actually, you can be flying on Christmas Day. That's exciting, but not exciting at the same time. I do not like flying on holidays. I'm probably going to not fly very much, honestly. I mean, infinite flight is not what I mean, but I'm not going to fly much. But in real life, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of flights coming up in these holidays, because as a standby passenger, you do not really want to fly very often during the holidays, because the airport's so full, all the flights are so full. So I'm probably not going to be doing much flying in the next couple months. Mr. Blue MC, I have not heard of anything of that nature, but maybe. I know they would like to add them, so it would make sense that they would be testing it out and stuff. So I don't know when 3D buildings are gonna be coming, but that sounds great. I'm excited for that. One thing I'm curious about is if Infinite Flight were to incorporate 3D buildings. Now remember, we have a whole globe now, so if we compare infinite flight to other apps like X-Plane 10 on mobile, Aerofly FS2 on mobile. Both of those are still stuck with regions. You can still only fly within small regions, and they have, 3D buildings at airports only, really. Now, Infinite Flight has a whole globe. Now, where would they put the 3D buildings? Would they only use airports, or would they try to put like skylines and cities, and like would they have like autogen scenery like X-Plane has? Like, what direction would they go? Would it only be certain places that have 3D buildings? I'd rather it not only be certain places, because I would rather be able to fly anywhere and see it. Cool, GA Aviation sounds good, man. I know you can't hear me because you can't use audio, but it's all good. Hope you're cooking up something good. That's my opinion. Thank you for that sub, man. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while. I don't plan on stopping streaming anytime soon. All right, we're right before 80 miles. Wow. Let's go ahead and jump in the cockpit. Make sure we don't get any overspeed. We're gonna go ahead and change our altitude down 16,000 feet. And there it is. For the most part, we'll probably stay in the same round. We'll go like maybe 0.84. And we'll go ahead and do vertical speed of 1,000. What did I say? Was it 600? 700. 1,700 feet per minute. There it is. And we want to be around 280 knots indicated. Again, there's a difference. Indicated means on the left side of your screen right here where we have our numbers, that is my indicated airspeed. It's my IAS. The ground speed down here is 553. Now, I'm going by indicated and not ground speed. But there are other ways to calculate your descent rate by using the actual ground speed. I'm not using it right now. So right now we want to be around 280 knots indicated airspeed. Now this is going to continue to go up as we get lower, as we get out of the flight levels and down into 27,000 feet, 26,000 feet, stuff like that. So, all right, guys, here it comes. It's been a nice flight, but now this is going to be the challenging part. Our approach and arrival into Paro. What is the normal height? If I was flying Seattle to Hawaii, what kind of plane are you flying in? First of all, I would probably start off at around that's going west, so that'll be, I'll probably start off about 30,000 feet, 32,000 feet as my cruising altitude in the beginning, because you're probably gonna be pretty heavy because you need a lot of fuel to get yourself from Seattle to Hawaii, I would assume. So, but then later on in the flight, as you get lighter, I would probably step up to about even 36,000 feet, maybe 34,000 feet. Probably you could average out 34,000 feet all the way from Seattle to Hawaii. Just make sure you got enough gas on board. Yes, sir, we were getting pretty close. We are only, it says 10 minutes from our destination. I don't know, that sounds crazy. There's no way we're that close. It says we're about 10 minutes out from our destination. Again, guys, as we're in our descent into the destination airport, maintain separation from the people in front of you. So right now, ahead of us, he's 12 miles. He's only going 443 knots. So I need to slow down quite a bit. Not sure how fast he's really going. I don't know what he has his speed set to, but his ground speed is showing 443, and I'm going almost 100 knots faster than him. So if I was to continue at this speed, I would close that gap pretty quickly. I'm gonna try to slow down as much as I can to remain having visual separation between me and him. Thankfully, I have like our names on and stuff like that, so I can actually see how many miles he is ahead of us. In real life, you really wouldn't have that. Except for on a TCAS here, it would tell you there. But on the map right here, it doesn't actually show us how far they are. It only shows us their altitude. So right now, he's at 24,000. He's at 30,000. Starly is already turning in. I don't think this person is with a SpiceJet aircraft. I'm not sure. They may have Starly already turning in to the final airport. So that's not the final approach though. We're landing again, guys. We're landing on the other side. We're landing on 15. So we're gonna have to go around the airport a bit. I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but it's gonna be tight down there. It's gonna be tight. So I'm gonna slow down as much as I can to not run over this guy. He's still about 10 miles ahead of me. I'm down 509 knots now. He's at 438 and slowing down. Turn the spoilers on. Yeah, Rob, you're right. Laura did say something about how they're going to make an update to the map itself. So, like, you know, basically when you're zoomed out here, how we can't really see, like, you can't see the lines where the country's in. You can't see any cities. Like, all you can see is a few different ICAO codes. But if you don't know what city that is, like, I don't know what this is. What is this? I have to click on it to find out. Okay, that's Jeddah King. So I think that they're working on an update where the map is going to be a little bit more detailed, where you can see, you know, where different cities are. So say you like looking on the map here, you can just be like, all right, I want to fly to this city here. You know what I mean? Instead of having to look at the ICAO codes and then try to figure out what that airport is. So I know they're going to be making some type of map update, hopefully. I'm not sure if that's going to come right after the aircraft update or when that's going to happen, but I know that's something that they've mentioned they wanted to do. All right, so as you can see, as we're under 28,000 feet now, we're out of the Mach speeds, and I can go ahead and control whatever to go like to 280, 270. I'll leave my spoilers on for a little bit more drag. Okay, cool. You're flying 777-200F. If you're flying a freight, yeah, you should still be fine at those altitudes that I told you. You should be fine. Yeah, we're catching this guy way too much. He's 9 miles out now. So we'll start at like 260. Yeah, his speed is 428. We're still at 400. We're right about where he is now. So we're about matching his speed now. He's only 9 miles ahead of us. And again, guys, this is not only a small airport, but it's a very tight approach. All right. It's a very tight approach. Like, the whole approach is tight. Like, we're gonna have to be cutting between mountains, so we want to have as much spacing as possible to give everybody room to make the maneuvers that they need to make. All right, we're 10,000 away from 16,000. We want to be at 16,000 when we get to Takti waypoint. Now, to be honest with you, from that waypoint, I don't really know what else to expect. I don't really know. I think we may be flying over the airport, though. And we're probably going to have to make a pretty hard left turn. It's just like Superjet or SpiceJet is actually with us. Brian Attack is asking, am I ever going to fly a cargo plane? Have I not? No, I actually haven't. I don't think I have. Yeah, we will. I've been flying cargo. Not on stream, but I've been flying cargo flights because I want to. So we'll definitely do a cargo flight here in the coming week or so. Yes, an A320 will be able to land here. I watched a video of an A320 landing here, so I know an A320 can land here. That's how I chose a lot of the aircraft that we're doing for these flights. Is most of these flights are based on videos that I saw of the aircraft that I saw landing in the video. And if Infinite Flight didn't have the aircraft landing in the video, I chose something similar. Nice, Ashley. If I do a cargo flight, it'll probably be in the 777 freight cargo version. That's probably my favorite cargo aircraft on Infinite Flight right now, is the 777 cargo version. 777-200F, I think is what it is. All right, our separation right now between us and November 548 Hotel Mike is, what is it? Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. 8 miles. So I would like to make that gap even bigger, about 250. I would like to be 10 miles or more behind him. So basically, we're gonna kind of follow Starly's little approach in here. And again, guys, please don't spawn. And if you spawn here, I mean, maybe like an extremely tiny airplane or something, but don't spawn here like an A38 or anything. Basically, we're gonna have to go in and kind of follow the mountains on the way in. We won't be landing at 3-3, but flying over 3-3 will give us a good idea of what the airport looks like and what the scenery around it looks like, and that way we can make our approach and make our decision on how we're going to approach. I don't have any charts today for this approach. I think it probably would have been smart for me to bring it up, but I did not. I haven't really been using charts this week. If I end up choosing the flight of Madeira, I will actually use a chart though. All right, here we go. Making our left turn now. All right, the moment of truth, people. The moment of truth. Here we go. This is when this whole flight leads up to this. Last thing I want to do is die at the end of a 2-hour flight. That is for sure. So I don't know where he's going. His maybe his GPS is taking him a lot wider or something. Because we're already turning, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and switch to. Oh wait, I remember. I have to turn off nav mode. I completely forgot about that. You're gonna want to turn nav mode off when we get to this waypoint, so that we can fly it in the rest of the way, basically by eye, by visual. We're at 7,000 AGL. Our MSL should be around 16,000. We should be getting there. There it is. I see Starly over there. PM Lockheed Martin in the P-38. He is at the airport. Actually, no, he's not. He's flying now. What is he doing? Oh, he just took off. So that's where the airport is over there, though. That's where it is. Oh, we're using runway 15, guys. Runway 15. I know the spoilers are on. I'm trying to get it slowed down and down before I turn. Alright, so separation is just completely just screwed up now. I don't know what happened to Sean and G. But now we have 2 planes. I'm going to be our far right wing. Oops, wrong button. Switch right to left. And we're just going to kind of turn left here. Now we're not going to be able to see the airport really until we get right up on it. Oh wait, there it is. We're really not supposed to, but you remember yesterday how the issue we had where the you could see through the mountains. You could see the airport through the mountain, which is so realistic. What's the airport elevation of this place? 7,000 feet. All right, so we need to descend quite a bit. Let's slow down to 220, 210 actually. Let's do 210. Yeah, that's why I chose 15. If I were to do 33, 33 is also a pretty challenging approach, but it's a lot easier than 15. So I want to do 15 because I know that it was a little bit more challenging than 33. So I think I'm probably try to take that little mountain, this little gap over here in the mountains. So I'll probably try to take that. You can turn the spoilers off now. Yeah, so we'll probably take this little, like you kind of see where the mountains kind of like curve back around to the airport. We'll probably fly that. I think we'll do that. Let's go back to the cockpit so we get a closer view of the airport. Yeah, because if I go that way, that could probably lead us in there pretty good. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I'm thinking so. As long I don't know if those mountains right there below me, if they connect. If not, we could also always go way over there up to the top. You can't really see where I'm pointing, but we could go way over there at the top and make our approach in from that way. Looks like Starly's already on a final. I have to keep an eye out on the traffic around us, as everybody is also trying to figure out how they're gonna go in. Again, guys, you're gonna want to turn off your nav mode once you get to taxi waypoint. We'll go flaps 1. And we'll kind of turn this way. How low can I get is my question. Can we go down like to 12,000? Can I get that low? I see a lot of people spawning at the airport. If you spawn at the airport, just don't be, again, just as usual, just don't be in the way of other aircraft trying to land. Did Starly make it or did he go around? Looks like he went around. Thank you, thank you for watching, my friend. Alright, landing light's gonna go on. Continue our turn. So my idea right now, I'm basically flying like a sort of like a left downwind, but there's not really much space for pattern. We're just kind of using the mountains as a guide to get there, and I may just have to fly it by hand because I don't know how high these mountains are around me. Usually you would want to have some charts or something to tell you that. I'm also gonna go out to 190. Right now, the way it's looking is we're about to crash right into these mountains ahead of us. So let's go ahead and turn that vertical speed off. I have to maneuver this baby around here like a caravan. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing this at night. This would be close to almost impossible doing this at night. The actual local time is nighttime. I just changed it to daytime. And I was like, nope, not doing this at night. Nope. Alright, flaps 2. Airport is at our left wing. We'll go ahead and contact the local Unicom, report position. We're on technically like a left downwind for runway 15.
Paro Unicom, Blue 116 is on left downwind, runway 15.
Don't know if I need to put any spoilers or anything like that. We're like right above. This is actually one of the reasons that this airport is one of the most dangerous airports, is because on your final approach, you actually come extremely close to like houses and stuff.
Paro Unicom, November 548 Hotel Mike is on left downwind, runway 15.
I just use my hands when I fly. I don't have a joystick or anything. I've been thinking about getting one, but I don't know. I don't have one right now. I kind of feel like it may be easier if I did it with a joystick. I have a, for example, I have a.
Runway 15.
Alright, I need to get a really good idea of. Hold on, let me answer questions after we get on the ground. I need to get a really good idea of what the terrain looks like around me. So when I get into the cockpit, I'm gonna be like having tunnel vision. Alright, so we're basically gonna dive in right there between these mountains right here. So let's jump in the cockpit. We're gonna go hands on. I'm gonna turn heading mode off. Turn altitude mode off. And I'm gonna turn this baby. We're gonna go down like 170. Flaps 3. We're gonna dive in right here into this little ridge. It's gonna take some maneuvering. So make sure your seatbelts are on, because this is basically our final approach. Putting the flaps out because I do want to keep. There we go. Do I have a visual? I do have visual of the runway now. We are on a left base turn now. Runway 15.
Unicom, Blue 116 is on left base.
Gear is up. I do know that. I'm not gonna put the gear down yet. Right now I'll be hearing terrain, pull up, terrain, pull up. Put spoilers out because we're over speeding right now. Alright, remember the airport elevation is 7,000 feet.
Is 5 nautical miles to the northwest
MSL.
of 1,800 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 15. Paro Unicom, November 548 Hotel Mike is on final. Runway 15.
That's the airport right there. We need to be a lot lower. Yeah, that's the runway. So it's gonna be a really freaking like close. Oh man, I think we're gonna have to go around. We're already going 230 knots with the spoilers on. Go gear. Flaps are full.
Paro Unicom, Vietnam Airlines 811 is
This is probably not gonna happen. We'll probably have to go around and do it again.
North.
We're at 222. This is the same issue I have every flight apparently, is just going too fast. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I do want to go ahead and just get a test though. I'm gonna go ahead and still try to get on that center line. I'm not gonna touch on the ground, but I just want to see if I can get that runway heading. This is basically what I'm gonna be doing though, this right here. Yeah, so this would be a whole lot easier if I was going in the correct speed. There it is. And that's what I'm gonna do. We're not gonna have it right now. So we're gonna go, oh God, come on. Come on, stop it. Pop, oh my God, are you serious? Wait, did we make it? Or did we crash? Oh, we crashed. We freaking crashed. Of course. Oh, I'm so pissed right now. You saw me try to hit the power like 4 times, and instead it decided to freaking swipe up on my freaking camera. All right, well, we're gonna do that again. Where can we take off from? Let's go from, need an airport nearby. We'll do this one, I guess. Yeah, this one has multiple runways and stuff. I wasn't even trying to land on that attempt. I just wanted to get it lined up, to practice getting it lined up. And I was trying to give it power to go ahead and take off and get out of there. And every time I tried pressing power, it would swipe up my camera view like this, and I kept missing the power icon. So, I guess you could say that was more of a technical fail. I don't know. I really was not trying to land. I mean, we were going 190 knots. I already knew I couldn't land that fast. What's going on, Green Cheese? Callum Gaming, what's up, man? Andrew Cunning Son, Lay Ye Qui. Alright, lock that there. Let's see, where the heck is the airport now? Let's go ahead and draw us a little flight plan so we can find out where it is. Actually, before we do that, let's just put autopilot on so I cannot be paying attention. There we go. So I guess a lot of other people didn't make it either, because I see a few people taking off with me. Alright, here's the airport. Just draw a line straight there.
Hashimura Unicum.
Go side
November 548 Hotel Mike is taking off runway 11 right, departing straight out.
This is a nice little area right here, though. This little airport is really nice. I don't know what airport this is. This is not the airport. Okay, all I know is to the left of us. So we're basically going to be flying VFR in an Airbus A320. I want to get to, yeah, we need to get some altitude, because 1, the airport elevation is 7,000 feet. 2, the mountains around it are like, what, 14,000 feet or something like that, like double. So we need to get up pretty high. Brace for crashing. That's right. That is right. I'm not gonna go too fast. I just know that the airport's where I left. Well, we need altitude. Actually, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and turn. I think we're good. I think we are good. This is just a really cool area out here, though, that we just took off from. I don't even know where this is. So we're gonna just attempt the exact same thing we did last time, but a whole lot slower. I don't know what you're talking about, Geo Aviation. Good job, Starlight. You landed. How do you get to expert server in grade 3? Yes, landings and XP. You gotta have a certain amount of landings and you have to have a certain amount of XP. So basically just fly. Fly a lot. There's somebody right behind me. I think I'm about to stall. I need to go faster. So 230. Turbulence is pretty bad out here. Alright, so I gotta find that spot that I was in last time. Yes, people, do not sit on the runway. Again, it's a small airport. We need spacing. Don't park on the runway. Don't spawn at... Do not spawn, again I say this, do not spawn at the destination airport. Only aircraft that should be there are people who actually landed. You do not get any XP on solo. I don't think you get any XP on solo. You can get XP flying casual, like on the casual server. You can get XP doing that, but you cannot get XP on solo mode. Right, where are we at? Yeah, so whoever this is behind me, well, we're obviously gonna need some space, buddy. Red cap 224. Alex is we're gonna need some space. So if you could like slow down like 30 knots or so, that'd be great. So just like yesterday, how many people have crashed? Yesterday we had a count. I think one side of the runway took 6 lives, the other side took 7. Today, obviously I died once. Well, I didn't really die. I just my front gear fell, so we just, you know, I wouldn't say cause it didn't say crash. It just said, you know, so I don't consider that we died. I don't think we died. We just had a little issue on landing. Yeah, we're probably gonna reach about 50 people not making it by Friday. That's for sure. What's going on, Florian? All right, so because we're, you know, flying from a different direction, I kind of have to replot out the way that I'm going to be approaching. So where are we? All right, but as we get closer, we should be able to see it a bit better. I think a jet's about to pass me any second now. I don't know where he went. Yes, nose gear went in the ground, but we did not die. Hawaii guy, what's up, bro? I see you in the skies. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. 210, you recorded. Pretty cool, man. Thanks for that. Sean NG's already landed successfully. I feel like we might need to be a tiny bit higher, but we may be able to make it at 12,000 feet. Just barely. Early when I was trying to descend to 12,000 feet, it was definitely too low. So we'll try 14. Yeah, so Sean NG, he said he made it, so where he is, that's where the airport is. Right, Starly is reporting a little bit of turbulence right before touchdown. When I was flying that last attempt, which wasn't supposed to be an attempt, but was basically supposed to be like a little run through, like a little flyover, was turned into an attempt. I didn't really get much turbulence. It lined up really well. Everything went well. Everything was good except for my speed. And by the end of this week, I'm gonna get that figured out, because every flight so far, every day of this most dangerous airport tour, it's been like my speed has been a little bit too fast. Oh, that's funny, Geo Aviation. I just got that. Now everybody can fly, but not everybody can land. Because of what it says on the side of the aircraft. That's pretty funny. Andrew is saying, do a wider approach, but wider where? I mean, there's mountains on both sides of me, as I did my approach last time, so it's not much wider I can go. I think really I just need to go slower earlier. That's what I'm going to try this time around. Thank you, Black Ice Cream, for that compliment, my friend. 737 is going around. But again, I was not trying to make that an attempt last time. It was not supposed to be an attempt. It was supposed to be me just... Oh, snap. That scared the heck out of me. I wasn't expecting the notification. Thank you, Virtual Pilots, for that follow. Thank you for... welcome to the... Oh, my God. Stop it. Welcome to Blue Arrow Global family. I think it's going to lag me back a little bit, too, isn't it? No, we're good. We're good. I still can't see where the runway is. Not sure how far we are from it either. All right, Sean Sum, thank you for that subscription, my friend. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Global family. So I'm assuming that all these people around me, we all died, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Because all of you guys took off from where I just took off from. So I just assume that you've already tried and you didn't make it, unless you just got here. A319 just made it. Cool. All right, our ARTV is behind me. Cool. Yeah, 150 knots sounds about right to be on above the runway. That's where I want to be. Michael, so Michael just landed too. Congrats. Yeah, Geo Aviation, it is pretty great to see the channel growing. P. Screevy, hi man, welcome aboard. Alright, I see the runway now. Let's see what goes with cockpit view so we can zoom in on it. There it is. Michael just landed. Runway 15. Dylan Woods, what's going on? It's a really cool approach though, right? Like, it's a really cool approach. You just have to get it right. I think it's really cool. Like, this is one of the coolest approaches I've ever had to do. At least the way that I'm doing it. I know that some people actually come from... like if you look at the runway, runway 15 is the one at the end. If you look off to the left, there's two like little like ways you can go. You can either come from the left, or you can come from the right. Well, the video that I watched, the pilot actually came from that farther to the left little ridge between the mountains, and he landed like that. So he like made a hard left and then a hard right, and then landed. Now we're making it one long hard left from this side over here, but he came from the other side. So either way, it's like a really cool approach. It's very technical, but it's really cool. All right, let's take a look at the situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and slow our speed down to about 210. And like my first reaction is that I would want to descend like here, but the problem is this ridge does not continue all the way around. It goes back up over there under that darker green area of mountain. It goes back up, and so I have to be able to clear that. And last time I barely cleared that at right around 14,000 feet. I would like to be at 12,000 there, but I don't think that mountain right there is going to allow me to do that. So that's why I have to go over that mountain pretty high, and then that's why I had to descend so quickly, because I had to like drop like 7,000 feet all of a sudden, which is nuts. I'm going to go to 190 now. We're going to start putting flaps in, and spoilers to armed. Oops. Let's do 180. Let's do 180. There we go. We got somebody right to the left of us. Who is that? Red cap. Actually, no, that's Ilan Drudy is right next to us. I think that's what it is. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know what you're attempting to do. Ooh, I think we're about to stall. Are we? No, we're okay. The plane is getting upset. It doesn't really like the configuration I got it in right now. Flaps 180 at 14,000 feet. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like it at all. And then I had trim. Let's put trim back in. We'll do 5. Yes, sir, Lucky Gamer, we're on an expert server. Did you just say don't let the mountain tell me what to do? So right now, my first thing is I need to get over this mountain right here in front of us. This mountain. Once we get over that, we have basically a nice shot straight to the runway for runway 15. But my first, I just need to get over that. So how high is he? He's at 14,000 feet straight up. My aircraft is doing its best to try to hold this. Where is he going? Oh, he's going pretty fast. He's going 282 knots. Yes, L. First of all, no caps. And 2, no, I'm not flying on training server. Lucky Gamer, yes, sir. We're in Paro. Paro. I don't think it's Pyro. I think it's Paro. I don't know how to say it. This thing is rocking back and forth. Let's turn left a little bit. JFK Las Vegas, I don't know. Try looking up FlightAware. Go to flightaware.com and just type in those 2 airports. It'll tell you how long it'll take you. Or you could always do some brief. All right, here we go. We just need to get over this mountain right here. That's it. That is all. That is all I want. I'm gonna go flaps 2. Flaps 3 actually. And I'm gonna slow down to 160. Let's see if this works, or are we gonna fall out of the sky? Look at this. This is the mountain I'm talking about. Right now we're at 14,500 feet, and just barely getting over this mountain range right here. And then now we're gonna make that hard left turn. That's where the runway is right there. Flaps 7. I'm gonna try to change your heading. All right, airport's gonna be over there on the left. And we want to also start descending too. We'll put the 150 is gonna be our, actually we'll do 140. Alright, we are dropping altitude, which is good, but not enough. Not enough. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Hopefully I don't know. This is such a horrible, like how fast we're descending is not good. We may need to try a different approach. Yeah, ears are popping right now. Ears are popping right now. Yes, we're already at 190. That's what happened last time. All the passengers on board signed the waiver. Don't worry. All right, we're gonna report position. Actually, it's not wrong airport. Report position. I left base.
Paro Unicum. Blue 116 is on left base.
Let's try going a little bit wider. I need to be low though, but let's try going a little bit closer to this mountain on the right.
Paro Unicum. India
Heck, we're
Foxtrot
going
Hotel
200
Golf
freaking
05 is 7
spoilers
nautical
flight,
miles to the
please.
north of 12,300 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make left traffic for runway
Gear
33.
down.
Paro Unicum. Red cap 4,571 is clear of all runways. Paro Unicum. Red cap 224 is on right base. Runway 15.
Yeah, speed is not good right now. Speed is not my friend right now. Speed is not my friend. Stop it. Don't do that to me again. Can I go reverse? Oh my god, stop that, please. Yeah, we're high and fast. We're gonna definitely have to go around.
Paro Unicum. November 548 Hotel Mike
this
is
is not
5
gonna work.
nautical miles to the northwest of 12,600 feet.
Alright, well,
Inbound for
I'm gonna do what I did last
landing.
time. All I want to
Straight
do
in
is
for
get it
runway
lined up.
15. Paro
Just as
Unicum.
practice
Red
getting it
cap
lined up.
224 is 4
And we're going
nautical
around.
miles to the north of 10,300 feet.
Go
Inbound
flaps.
for landing.
0.
Will make straight in for runway 15.
Oh my gosh, if you don't let me
Paro
press
Unicum.
power right now.
India Foxtrot Lima Yankee 23 heavy
I guess I'll
is on
just
left
use
base.
speed to
Runway
speed myself
15.
up. Oh,
Paro
now we're
Unicum.
falling.
Blue 116. Going around.
Alright, let's go ahead and freaking blast out of here now. we're doing really good at getting it lined up. It's just the speed is the issue. That drop right there, I'm getting way too much speed in that drop. Way too much speed out of that drop. We gotta find another way. We gotta find another way. Let's go 190. Let's see. Let's take a look around us. What if instead... Where are we?
Paro Unicum, Red Cat 200.
First we need to gain some altitude. I'd like to get over some of the edges of these mountains. Well, auto thrust was not the problem. As you saw, even with auto thrust on, I had my auto thrust set to 140 knots. So because we were so high above that, my throttle was at 0. So that was not going to help me at all. Disengaging auto throttle was not going to help me at all as far as getting my speed down. It's just the fact that my vertical speed going down was like 3,000 feet. So it makes sense for me to be flying at as fast as I was because of how fast I was trying to descend. Trying to find another way around. Let's just get around this mountain right here on our left. Thankfully I didn't crash. That's what I was trying to do the first time. What I did just now was what I was trying to do the first time. I was trying to just continue, go around, and I just wasn't able to get the power working. And maybe it was because my auto throttle was on. It wasn't allowing me to press the power. I think that was what it was. Both times it wasn't allowing me to press it. So what I wanted to kind of see if it would let me do is use auto reverse thrust before we got on the ground.
Paro Unicum, November 548 Hotel.
Yeah, so just for us to clear these mountains around here, we gotta be at like 14,000 feet and have to drop down to 7,000 on final. Or like less than 10 miles out, which is the issue. So how can we correct this?
23 nautical miles to the southwest at 12,600 feet.
Good for you, you landed at 747.
We'll make right traffic for runway 15.
Alright, well we know that's not gonna work, so we're gonna try something different.
November 565 Victor.
We're gonna try something different. I'm going to let's turn back right. And we're gonna do a whole lot tighter of a turn. We're gonna try something else. Alright, so the airport is right there. Turn this thing like a jet, man. Bank angle, I know.
Paro Unicum, India Fox.
What's going on, George? Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to do a tighter turn. I'm gonna try to like kind of do just like fit right in that little ridge right there and just make like a really sharp left turn right in that small little spot at pretty low speed, and then try my approach that way. I'll try that. Yeah, right now we're doing an Airbus air show. Bank angle. Nobody cares.
Paro Unicum, Sierra Tango Alpha Romeo Lima Echo Yankee is clear of all runways.
The cool thing is that the scenery around here is just so cool. If you don't make it, hey, at least you got a good view. All right, who we got now? Mo, thank you for that subscription, man. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Thank you for your patience and support. What's going on, Mo? Hello, you are Rimso. Thank you, man. Good to see you. Good for you. I'm glad for you to be here. All right, we're gonna attempt to go in this way. Where's the airport now? Where the heck are we? Oh, right here. Oh, airport's on our right. Thank you for that subscription. I missed your name. I'm sorry. Oh, it's over there. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna kind of you see where Infinite XO is right there. I'm gonna be kind of follow him back towards the runway 33 side. We're not gonna be landing runway 33, but we're gonna approach the airport around runway 33, and then try to make a tight turn back for runway 15. We'll see how this works out.
Southeast at 8,900 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 33.
Infinite Flight Simulation ATC. Yes, I know my speed is pretty high, or was on approach.
Paro Unicum. Red Cat 200.
In the air, no self promo.
Runway 33.
Mountain flying is pretty fun, guys. You learn a lot. I'm learning a lot. Runway 15, we'll be making left traffic.
Paro Unicum. Blue 116 is 6 nautical miles to the southeast at 11,000 feet. Inbound for landing.
Just maybe slow down though.
Left traffic for runway 15.
Yeah, we do need more drag. I'm gonna put the spoilers out. Let's go ahead and put the nose up too. One of the main reasons I'm getting so much speed is because my nose has been down.
November 172 Mike Delta.
You know, I'm trying to force a descent, but because I'm forcing the descent, it's causing me to gain a lot of speed that I don't want.
To the southeast at 11,800 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 33.
Alright, we're gonna try this. So it's like a slight little mountain right here, but it's not as high as what we were doing before. I don't know, we'll try that. I don't know if this is gonna work either. Hey yo, Infinite Flight Stream, what's up, bro? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and say we're like on a left downwind right now. Runway 15.
Blue
Go flaps 3.
is on left downwind. Runway 15.
We're gonna be extremely close to this mountain here. Drop my speed by 1/3. What does that even mean? Alright, we are at 9,000, which is actually going to put us 2,000 feet, about 2,000 feet above the airport elevation of the airport, which is 7,000. I need to not hit my wings on this mountain. But I'm going to try to use this small little area right here to make my my loop back. Let's take a look outside. Yeah, we're going to clear it pretty good. We'll clear it. I'm also going to go ahead and go flaps full, because as soon as we get turned around, we're going to be on final. Right now I'll be hearing terrain, pull up, terrain. Alright, so we're gonna try to just make this little loop. This is gonna be interesting right here. Let's see if this actually works. This is my only idea right now. Alright, we wanna be landing about 150, 140 knots.
Runway 33.
It's about to be all kind of bank angles right here now. This bank angle is gonna be steep. Alright, basically I'm just gonna tell them I'm on final. Runway 15.
Blue 116 is on final. Runway 15.
This is crazy. We are the problem is I'm actually gaining altitude.
Paro Unicum. Red Cat 224
and we don't want to gain altitude.
Miles to the north of 9,300 feet. Inbound
Let's do 155.
We'll make straight in
airport is
for
right
15.
over there.
Paro Unicum. India Foxtrot
Once we get it straightened out, I'll put the gear out.
Runway 15.
Oh wow, we overshot that huge. Big time. I may have to do another loop. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, because when we did that loop, I actually gained a lot of altitude too. Thank you, Infinite Flight Simulation and ATC. We're gonna try doing this again, going around.
Paro Unicum.
I'll do a few circles in the sky just to get this right. because I had the nose up big time when we were turning, which I didn't really need to. I need to keep it level. His around 9,000 is good. Gear's still up, by the way. Around 9,000 is good, but we don't want to get all the way up to 10,000, which is what I was. And if I have to, I may have to go down there, farther down the ridge over there. I think one reason I keep putting the nose up is because I see this mountain below me. And I'm like, I don't want to hit it. I'm supposed to put the nose down a little bit. And I keep turning. I need to turn sharper, actually. Because before we were like way overshot it. I can't imagine being a passenger on this plane right now. This is so not legit the way we're turning right now. Are we gonna make it? We are like all the way on the end of the bank angle right now. Where the heck is the airport? Please tell me it's somewhere near. Okay, that's a little bit better. Wow, that was a sharp turn we just made. There it is. All right, we actually might be able to do something this time. Let's go down. Gear down. Report position on final. Runway 15.
Paro Unicum. Blue 116 is on final.
Gear is going down right now. We're still fast though. We are still fast because we're still trying to lose altitude. Let's flight spoilers out.
Paro Unicum is using runway 15. Left traffic.
And we're at 160, which is a whole lot better than we did last time.
Paro Unicum. Victor Uniform 8
start turning in.
Clear of all runways.
Yeah, we're really fast. Oh god, we are really fast. I can go armed. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? 30, 20. Oh god, that was hard. That was hard. I don't like that. I don't like that. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. We're doing it again. I was not happy with that one. Spoilers need to be off. Going around. I am not happy with how that turned out, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna try it again. Yeah, there was no butter on that bread that time. That was burnt toast right there. Whew, this is hard. Why is this so hard? That was like, our approach was a lot better. It's just my speed was too high still. Alright, well I'm gonna try that similar concept. Has everybody made it already? 'Cause I don't see anybody else in the sky. I feel like a speed about 190 will do with that. Yeah, I am overshooting the runway. You are right, my friend. Yeah, I forgot to tell Tyra I was going around.
Paro Unicum.
I was more focused on living, on surviving. I think we can probably turn. Can we turn here? Is this enough space?
Is 3 nautical
No,
miles
it's
to
not.
the north of 9,600
It's not enough
feet.
space.
Inbound for landing. Will make straight in for runway 15. Paro Unicum. November
Brian Attack, no, I
179
refuse to
Delta.
try landing on a
Going
different
around.
runway. Runway
Paro
15 is
Unicum.
the challenge, and that's what I'm going for.
811 is taking
I'm not
off
going for
runway
3-3.
15,
3-3 will be easy.
departing north.
Yeah, I kind of expect people to start taking off from the runway since it's taking me so long to get this. Alright, I just need to get enough altitude or space to get high enough to clear these mountains so that I can try it again. I can't just like enter back in the pattern like most airports do. What is Marmite? Oh man, I did so
Paro
well that
Unicum,
very first time as far as getting it lined
811
up,
is
and this time I
taking off
finally had my
runway
speed
15, remaining in the
a little
pattern.
bit better. It still wasn't where I wanted to be, but this time I just couldn't get it lined up in time. Alright, I think we got space now. Yeah, we got space to make a right turn.
Paro Unicum, Popamite, taxiing to runway 15.
Probably a good thing that we actually don't have ATC here. Yeah, I don't know what Marmite is. That's probably something that we don't have here in the States, whatever that is. So I don't even know what marmalade is either. I've heard like that. I've heard that word on like movies that were like not U.S. stuff. So I assume it's just something that we don't have here. Wow, we're about to get close to this mountain too. Yeah, this is tough, man. This has been tough. This has been a challenge. We flew, our first flight in the tour was Courchevel in France, and that was kind of a challenge. We'll be headed to Lukla Airport later on this week. We'll be trying to land at -8 there. That's gonna be the idea. I think Lukla's gonna be pretty easy though. After all these other challenging approaches we've done this week, I think that landing at Lukla when we get there won't be too hard. I say that now, but that's what I think. Wait, is that the airport over there? I didn't even turn around enough. Oh my gosh, I'm lost. All these mountains, man. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's come in from the other side. Dang. Yeah, I have a mechanic on board that actually is like down in the gear bay down there. He's fixing the gear, make sure everything's all right. Make sure that we don't have any gear failures. Michael, thank you for that subscription, man. Welcome to the Blu Arrow Global family. Hope you're enjoying my attempts to land here. I know a lot of people have made it already. I have not been one of them. I technically have not died in this stream yet. I did break the front gear one time. I did do that, but I have not actually died. Alright, so I'm going to actually attempt to do this from the other side. We're going to try to do this from the other side. So we're going to go up to probably have to get up. Wow, look how high these mountains are. Probably going to have to get up to, I don't know, 14,000 feet or so. Right now, I only have autopilot set for the speed, just to make sure I don't get caught speeding under 10K, even though most of our flying has been over because the mountains are all over 10K. Alright, we'll level off around there. But I'm just flying it by hand, just trying to get us to the airport safely. And that last landing, like I made it, but you know, it was so bad that I was like, I just can't. After all this time, I can't just settle with that landing. Just go lock our heading there, and then I will lock. Well, thank you, autopilot, for doing stupid stuff again. How about you turn vertical speed off first? Go 0. There we go. And then we'll do that. Okay, cool. Now I can look outside and kind of plot. All right, so airport is on our right. Now we're basically on our right downwind from the airport. I'm gonna try flying that the ridge. Can I zoom out? Let's do free camera. Is it actually moving? It is moving. This is not gonna work like I wanted it to. Never mind. I'm gonna try to find that ridge out to the north of the runway instead of doing what I was doing before and taking that extremely tight aerobatic almost turn. It would probably help if I pulled up SkyVector. I'm probably gonna have to do that. I might use SkyVector S for some assistance on where the mountains are, the heights and all that stuff. Pretty busy on the ground though. VQ. There it is. Yeah, that mountain range right to the north of it is about 24,000 feet in elevation. Seatbelt signs will remain on for the entirety of this flight. Alright, 3-3 will give us a nice parallel downwind. We just want to get over all these mountains as usual. Hope you guys are enjoying the scenic approach. I'm having fun though. I'm having fun. Alright, so we'll go ahead and let ATC know we are on a right downwind, runway 15.
Paro Unicum, Blue 116 is on right downwind, runway 15. Paro Unicum, November 172 Mike
Dang, your
Delta
plane's still at
is clear
38,000
all
feet.
runways.
Alright, guys, please hold questions for once we get on the ground. I'm trying to look at the chat, but at the same time I can't really see in detail what some of you guys are saying on the chat. So if you have any questions for me about anything, try to say those until at least we get on the ground, and I'll try to stick around a little bit and answer some more of you guys' questions before we get out of here. I mean, we are already dangerously close to all these mountains. It's funny, somebody asked, what's dangerous about this airport we're going to today? I was like, you'll see when we get there. Well, maybe you guys know now. Darkness says he had a perfect landing. That's great. Alright, we're going to turn to the right. We want to fit right there. Those mountains on the left of us are too high. Might be a little too much heading. Let's go that way. We're slotted on 190. 80 works too, sure. We're actually really close to the airport. Alright, flight spoiler's on, get this thing slowed down. And I'm gonna go ahead and take control again. Take control of the altitude. Spoilers are on. We're on a 160. Flaps 1. We just want to get over this little ridge. After we get over this mountain right here, we'll be cleared to go ahead and descend down for our final approach all the way to the airport. So I just want to get over this, and I also want to be as slow as I can get going over this mountain, so that when we start descending, that won't be a problem. All right, there we go. We're over. Airport's on our right side. Now we're gonna dive. All right, turning heading mode off. It's my plane. And I believe we should be able to just fit right in here. Yep. This is kind of similar to what we did the first time, where we kind of have to get over that ridge and then descend and lose a lot of altitude real fast. Right now, I would probably be braking the flaps and everything. Like if there was failures, like if your flaps could be over speed, and if everything could be over G and stuff like that, this would be horrible. Telling me, man, this Airbus is maneuvering today. We're making this thing work. All right, let's do 150. We're down to 10,000 feet. Gears up still. Airport's gonna be on the other side of that mountain, so right over there. All right, now below 10K. Spoilers, gonna set those to armed. I think we're low enough. We don't really need any more drag. We are flaps full. Gear's still up. I'm gonna leave it up for now. And I kind of wanna, I'm gonna kind of like apex the turn, like if I was racing, to make the best of all the space that we do have. All right, Michael's saying this is the approach that he did. And there's the airport. I feel a lot more confident about this one too. As long as we can control our speed well, I think we may be okay here. And just make sure that our wings don't hit on the left side either. But I think we're good. I think we got plenty of space. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if like my passengers actually saw my videos, they'd be like, yeah, I'm definitely not flying with that guy. It depends. I mean, I think I'm pretty good pilot when it comes to just regular, easy flights. But stuff like this, it's challenging to me because I don't do this kind of stuff that often, honestly. Usually, you know, I'll do like, you know, flights from point A to point B, pretty straightforward approaches, procedure, stuff like that. But I don't do a lot. All right, let's go gear down. I don't do a lot of flights like this where it's like, you know, crazy stuff. All right, we're at 149, 150. Let's go 140. Because as soon as we get around this mountain, we're going to be on final. All right, report position on final, runway 15.
Paro Unicum, Blue 116 is on final, runway 15.
And we want to get that right wing as close as possible to this mountain on the right. I remember when I watched a video of a guy doing this exact same approach in a real Airbus, his wing was so close to somebody's house. I was like, how is that legal? Here we go. I'm going to turn speed mode off. I'm going to go ahead and control it myself now. Here we go. Oh. Oh, are we down? Oh. Oh, what is going on? What just happened? That was probably worse than the first time. Let's go reverse thrust. We are going to have to try this again someday. But this stream has already gone long enough. I think that F-16 right there just died too. I think I used the rudder a little too early. I think I used the rudder a little too early. I will brake. I don't know who this person is at the end of the runway. Whew, my gosh. What an adventure today. No back taxi right here. You won't be hearing any hand claps on the end of that. You won't be hearing any hand claps on the end of this flight. That's for sure. Man. All right, we'll wait for this guy and then we'll back taxi behind him. Head back to the ramp, and we'll have to try this again another day. And we made it technically twice. It just went very soft landings. No butter today. Ran out. Almost died. Almost went off the right side. As you see that little drop right there, we probably would have died if we would have went too far out to the left. The approach was a whole lot better though. That approach was a whole lot better. So whenever I come back and try this again, I may make another video of me doing these approaches again. I'm a shorter one, so you don't have to watch the entire stream for me to, for you to see my landings and stuff. So I'm gonna have to try this. It was fun though. I really like that approach. Like I want to do it again, but again, our stream is almost like just less than 3 hours, and I need to get out of here. So we will continue. We will do that again another day, or at least I will for sure. I had a lot of fun though. I had a lot of fun. Congrats to everybody who did make it. RIP to everybody who didn't. But that was a lot of fun. I had fun. I mean, even though it took me, I don't know how many tries it took me to get down here this last time, but I had a lot of fun just trying it, getting used to flying in this type of environment and stuff. I would like to learn how to do it in a more legit way. Like, how do people in real airlines fly this? So I may go and look up a real life route and charts and find out what's the real approach look like flying into this airport. That's what I want to know. So I'll be looking at that stuff and finding out how to make it more legit, because as usual, you know how you guys know how I am. I like to try to be realistic when I can. So I know that my attempts weren't the most legit. You know, I tried circling over in that area, then I tried doing that dive over that big mountain over there. It was like 14,000 feet, and I couldn't get it slowed down in time. So, but this very last approach seemed like the best so far. It's just the landing was extremely hard and rocky. All right, about to clear off the runway here. And don't look like there's any spots to park. This is a tiny airport, so we'll probably just have to just park anywhere. Whew, man, that was a rush.
Is taking off runway 15, departing west.
All right, we'll just park right here between these two guys' wings. I'm not gonna go into the wings. I'm just gonna park right before we get to it. Like right there should work. Nice, cool. All right, shut the engines off now. Strobe lights off, land lights off, seatbelt signs off, beacon lights are off now, so the crew can go ahead and approach the aircraft. And we'll leave the nav lights on and smoking signs on. Well, guys, thank you guys for flying with us today. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed the flight. Look at my phone. I gotta look at that. That's a good idea. Look at my flown. Okay, I'm gonna do it before I get here. I'm gonna look at that. Look at the flown map for live flight. Where are we? We're over here. One thing I gotta say, guys, is this is really cool. I want to say I thank you guys for supporting us, supporting the channel. I think it's really cool how we can fly to areas where you see not a single aircraft. Like there was no one here in this whole country, in this whole area, on training server or expert server until we started streaming and we came here. So I'm glad you guys were able to come here and join in and join in the challenge of landing here in Bhutan. Man, that was tough. I'm still not happy with how I landed. I have to come back and redeem myself, so I will. All right, I'm trying to get my go to my plane so I can see my flight. I want to see my trail. Oh, this is funny. Wow, look at this trail, guys. You should go look at this on live flight map and look at my find me on the map. Click on my name, and then you'll see all the different ways that I tried going. It's so funny. That is so funny. I need to take a screenshot. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it actually. Wait, how do I do that? I wonder if I could go. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's funny. It's really cool. It's a good idea. Whoever mentioned that. Thank you, Sean. How'd you get 7 violations in this flight, or like before you had 7 violations? Infinite flight simulation. I still don't want to do runway 33. I may just do it just to say I did it, but I want to master runway 15. I want to get I want to butter that. I want to get a smooth landing on runway 15. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Haki Hadi. Thank you, Hawaiian guy. Are you landing right now? Where are you? Did he just land? I think he just landed. I missed it. I am so sorry, bro. I didn't see that. I didn't see your message till just now. Andrew, we're on expert server. IFMG, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too, man. But again, guys, thank you guys for joining us today. Before we get out of here, if you have any more questions for me that I was not able to answer earlier, go ahead and ask them now before we get out of here. Also, if you definitely go ahead and at least leave your name in the chat, and I can give you guys some shout outs. Yeah, it does. My flown route looks like an ugly heart. That's true. That is very true. It is very true. You're gonna be 12. I'm not gonna be streaming on weekends. Okay. Sometimes I stream on weekends, but I don't schedule streams on weekends. All right, like I can't commit to scheduling a flight on the weekend because I'm so busy and have other stuff that I have going on. So when I stream on the weekends, they're unscheduled streams. So You just have to, keep your eye out, turn your notifications on for if I do ever stream on the weekend. But usually I don't. I do fly though on the weekends for sure. I just don't stream. So Hawaiian guy taking off right there. Thank you. I'll definitely be streaming more in the future. Andrew watching from Jamaica. Darkness died. Oh no. Brian Attack. Thank you, man, for joining us today. Thank you to all the brand new subscribers. Michael Salvatore, Corsi, Mo, Sean, Sum. I know we got some more people who don't show up on the screen right now, but thank you all the new subscribers. Thank you all the day ones. Thank you everybody who's been here. Thank you everybody for joining us on the most dangerous airport tour. Apparently, so I mean, maybe this is the most dangerous airport because right now, as hard as this was for me, I think I could probably agree that this was harder than than Monday's flight when it took me a bunch of time to try it. So this is definitely so far the most dangerous airport we've landed at. Yes, Kura, we are just ending right now. Aviator Lucas is on my left. Yeah, I see you over there. Yes, sir. I'll be streaming. It's Wednesday now, so I'll be streaming Thursday and Friday. We'll be continuing. Tomorrow it kind of gonna be a mystery where we're gonna be flying to. We may either fly to Madeira or Kai Tak, or I'm not sure yet where we're gonna be flying to. I have to replace it because we already flew to Thursday's destination yesterday. So, all right, guys. Well, I gotta get out of here. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's joined in with us. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that all of us made it on the ground at least. Maybe not smoothly, but we got down here and our passengers are not dead. They may be frightened, they may be sick, but they're not dead. So we're all right. The Bomber 990 on the expert server. So I'm gonna get out of here though right now. You guys know how it is. You got three choices, guys. Give up, give in, or give it all you got. Remember that applies in every aspect of life. And peace, love, and God bless you guys. We're gonna jam out to some more music on the way out of here. And so if you want to stick around, take off. I'll probably watch a few people take off. If some of you guys want to take off, switch to tower cam, watch some of you guys take off or land or whatever. But I'll probably be here for maybe 2 more minutes or so. So thank you guys for joining again. It's Blue Games, aka Blue 116. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for day 4 of most dangerous airports in the world. See you guys next time.
Paro Unicum, Sierra Tango Alpha Romeo Lima Echo Yankee, taxi into runway 15. Paro Unicum, Malaysian 4571 Heavy, taxi into runway 15. Paro Unicum, Air China 201, taxi into runway 15. Paro Unicum, India Foxtrot Hotel Golf 05 is on final, runway 15. Paro Unicum, Sierra Tango Alpha Romeo Lima Echo Yankee is taking off runway 15, remaining in the pattern. 4751, holding short runway 15. Paro Unicum, Malaysian 4751, taxiing to runway 15.